Mr. Green, as I always like to teach, golf is a game of figuring out how to make the best mistake on a repeated manner. So as far as when you're on the tee, how can you mess up and keep it in the fairway? How you can keep it closest to the green. But obviously in that making the best mistake you can, you're going to go a little left of 16 or a little right of 13. You're going to be in the bunker. There are options though. As we work on this and we tighten in our short game shots as far as for chipping like right now, if we can get it closer to the hole, we can lower our scores. Because if you have, say, a 6-foot putt instead of that 25 because it ran screaming across the green, you got a better chance of making it. Couple things I'd like to do as far as for these short game shots, for these chip shots. This is a little longer chip here, but I always see the guy that gets frustrated takes that club way far back and then he slows down, hits it way fat 2 feet in front of him, or hits it screaming across the green. So much like when I said about putting, you're trying to take it about as even back as you go through towards the target. One of the always hear of a Mickelson tip, because he is Mr. Short Game, is he's trying to hold the face of the wedge towards his target as long as possible. So as we're hitting these short shots, we want all of the swings below the waist. We're wanting to get at that golf ball just barely on the green, out rolling towards your target. Hold that face towards your target, and it should turn out something with your fate. As far as for a chip shot like this, weight just a little bit forward, hands a little forward, and you just bump it out towards the hole, and you just try to hold the face towards your finish.